You just mentioned calling 4 Oklahoma games. I want to get into that for just a second, get back to some of these State and Ole Miss players.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like, Tom, as someone who's played Power 5 football, coached, and now been in this thing for 20 years, did you experience seeing Jeff Lebby grow as a play caller and an offensive coordinator calling his games the last 2 years?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was trying to figure out, particularly his first 2 years at Oklahoma. In year 1 to year 2 was so vastly different because the personnel around Dylan Gabriel in year 2 was so far superior to what they were playing with in year 1. They weren't very good in the offensive line in year 1, slightly improved this year. They didn't have the run game in either of the 2 years that they would have liked to have had consistently, but the targets like Nick Anderson, Jaden Gibson, a lot of those guys had not emerged in his first year. You know, I go back to when Baylor and Art Briles and Kendall Briles and Jeff Lebby and those guys were getting that thing rolling at Baylor, and kind of to see everybody break off of that branch. And then Jeff kind of, hooks up with Jeff Heupel there for a little while. Then he hooks up with Lane Kiffin for a little while, and they've all kind of integrated these concepts. But what's, I think, interesting about it is a lot of these quote-unquote air raid guys or, original version of the air raid guys have actually morphed into power run RPO with air raid pass game concepts. The pass game concepts for the air raid are still prevalent and a major part of what Jeff Lebby's doing. But when you really look at what they want to do, they want to be a inside and outside zone and a guard tackle or guard H-back counter team. And then all the play action, all the screen stuff comes off of that. And that's kind of the goal of the offense. It's kind of like the new iteration of the air raid.
Don't miss one moment of the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Weekdays, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. on ESPN 105.9. The Zone.